Hi, good day. We are the Group 2, and in this video, we're going to discuss the aspect of becoming a global teacher. But before that, let me introduce first the members, starting with Frederick Grohedo. He was assigned to do the subtopic 1, which is Global Education and the Global Teacher. Also was assigned to come up with an analysis in regards to our main topic. Lastly, Frederick is the editor of our video presentation. The next member is Sheila May Ligan. She was assigned to do the subtopic 2, which is Comparative Educational Systems in Selected Countries of the World. And Sheila will introduce and compare the different educational systems in the world. Also, she was assigned to come up with an activity in regards with our main topic. The next one is Elaine Maynary. I was assigned to do the subtopic 3 and will discuss the multicultural diversity of the educational system and how this factor can affect the teacher. I was also assigned to construct an application in regards with our main topic. I am the voiceover that will present the group, the topic involved, and the specific role of each member. Let's move to the other member, Paloma Jane Revilla. She was assigned to do the subtopic 4 and will introduce the concept of teacher exchange programs and boarding teachers' perspective. Also, Paloma was assigned to come up with a quiz regarding to our main topic. Last but not the least, Edgar Sikuya. He was assigned to do the subtopic 5 and will introduce the thought of bringing the world into the classroom and the various innovations that the teachers can utilize to their work. Also, he was assigned to compile the lessons, which will be the abstraction. Lastly, Edgar is the editor of our written output.
In this subtopic, we'll talk about global education and the global teacher. United Nations and James Becker have given definitions of their own. United Nations, specifically the UNESCO, has given a definition of global education as a goal to become aware of the educational conditions or the lack of it. James Becker defined global education as an effort to see the world is a single system and everyone should work and participate in that system. With the United Nations agreeing to a definition of global education, they have also agreed to pursue 6 goals to achieve standard in education and being implemented by 2015. The following goals are expanding early childhood care education, providing free and compulsory education for all, promoting learning and life skills for young and adults, increasing adult literacy by 50%, achieving gender parity and gender equality by 2015, and improving quality of education. 21st century learning goals are being based as a curriculum to all established as a basis of the different curriculums around the world. These learning goals are named 21st century content, where contents are emerging such as global awareness, financial, economic, business, and entrepreneurial literacy. Also in this content, the following topics are also discussed, being civic literacy, health and awareness, learning and thinking skills. Its goal is to improve critical thinking, problem-solving skills, communication, creativity and innovation, collaboration, contextual learning, information and media literacy. And lastly, ICT literacy, where using technology as a guide to help students learn. To meet the various educational challenges in the transition of the 21st century learning goals, there are also emphasis on these specific goals. Life skills were leadership, ethics, accountability, personal responsibility, and self-directions, and 21st century assessment. These are the authentic assessment that measures the areas of learning. Global education is all about diversity and understanding the differences and teaching the different cultural groups in order to achieve the goals of global education defined by the UNESCO. It is educating all people around the world, specifically in the remote and rural areas. Global education addresses all aspects of life around the world, in urbanized countries, to the highly influential and economically stable societies. Global education addresses the needs regardless of the size of the classroom or the school. It responds to borderless education that defines distance and geographical location. Global teacher is a competent teacher who is armed with enough skills, appropriate attitude, and universal values to teach students with both tested time as well as modern technologies and education in any place of the world. He or she is someone who thinks and acts both logically and globally with worldwide perspectives, right in the communities where he or she is situated. A global teacher, specifically a Filipino, should have the following qualities and characteristics in addition to the knowledge, skills, and values. The following are that the teacher should understand how the world is interconnected. The teacher should also recognize that the world has a rich variety of ways in life. The teacher has also a vision of the future and see what the future would be for himself or herself and the students. The teacher also must be creative and innovative. The teacher must understand, respect, and be tolerant of the diversity of the cultures. He or she must believe and take action for education that will sustain in the future. Also, the teacher must be able to facilitate digital mediated learning. The teacher must also have depth knowledge on the topics or his specialization. The teacher must also possess good communication skills. The teacher must possess the competencies of a professional teacher as embodied in the NCBTEd.
I'm Sheila May Lian, and I am assigned reporter of the second subtopic. So, in this part of the lesson, we're going to identify and compare the different educational systems that are implemented in selected countries in the world. Australian schools are being described as an autonomous institution where they can be able to self-accredited with the help of the federal government and mandated by the legislations and studies. Students make decisions on what they'll do after finishing high school as early as junior high. China's large educational system is prominent in the world as they focus heavily on the cognitive aspects of learning. So, if the students want to enroll to a university, they have to make 2 exams and pass one of them. So the syllabus for each subject areas are made by the scientists and professors by the National Education Commission. Japanese educational system starts with giving free education to children from ages 6 to 15. They use lecture as a method of learning as they conduct option if they want to. They give option for an academic course or technical vocational course. So Japanese students are molded to excel on examination as this determines if they can be able to qualify to enroll on the best school possible. In South African educational system is similar to Japan as they also offer technical vocational course in secondary level of education. There are also schools that offer 3 years courses to prepare them on a 4-year course with a diploma. Education in United Kingdom relies heavily on English, math, and science. As the students progress on their year level, the level of difficulty of the subject area gradually increases. Even if China has the largest educational system, USA is one of the most adopted educational systems by other countries, where the students can enroll to daycare, toddler, or kindergarten. These schools are funded by the government or a private institution. Other countries is also adopted the system where students finish 6 years of high school, heading to college to attain a degree with 4 or more years.
Multicultural diversity, a challenge to global teachers. According to Derman and Sparks, that culture is about the values, traditions, social and worldview shared by a group of people bound together by a combination of factors. One of the major goals of education is to transform the school so that the students, exceptional learners, as well as the students coming from diverse culture, social class, racial and ethnic groups will receive an equal opportunity to learn in school. Multicultural education enables the teachers and educators to give value to the difference in prior knowledge, experience of learners from diverse background, and familiarity with strengths, history of diverse cultures. Diversity of learners in multicultural classroom. Differences among students have placed greater demands to teachers in today's school. Students are supposed to be given equal opportunities to education. Taking into account the diversity in schools is a major challenge and culture evolves over time. Everyone's heritage is given due respect, and differences should be regarded as strengths to build rather than deficits to overcome. The following are some of the ways on understanding multicultural learners. First, learners match us about and become sensitive to and aware of racial, ethnic, cultural, and gender groups. Second, never make assumptions about an individual based on your personal perceptions of that individual's race, ethnicity, and culture. Third, plan your activities within a multicultural framework while making your classroom a safe and secure haven for all the students. Fourth, infuse multicultural instructional materials and strategies in your teaching. Here are some of the basic assumptions that enhance teacher development. Number 1. No two learners are exactly the same. 2. Learners in all classrooms are heterogeneous. Third, strategies that work with one learner may not work with one another. Fourth, students' background and experiences should be considered when teaching.
Broadening teacher's perspective. So first, I will discuss the meaning of each word. Perspective is a point of view or pananaw. Broaden or broadening is to make something or things wider or more general. To become a global teacher, you need to broaden your teaching perspective, expanding your experiences beyond the confines of your classroom to the wider learning environment is one of the avenues to achieve a level of global competitiveness. So today, I will discuss the 5 teacher exchange program, Visiting International Exchange Program or VIF. It is to offer a highly qualified teacher around the world that would have the dedication or willingness to transform lives through exchange of teachers around the world. And also, it is the largest cultural exchange program for teachers and schools. Fulbright Teacher Exchange Program. In 1946, this program has helped nearly 23,000 to promote mutual understanding between UN and countries around the world. It involves a year or semester direct exchange with counterpart in another country teaching the same subject at the same level. Program Inter-African Teachers Exchange. This program aims to extend experiences and widen the horizon of Africa teachers by encouraging visits to other countries outside Africa as well. Also, this program helps or gives opportunity to teachers of Africa to learn from the teaching environment in the other African countries. Canadian Educator Exchange. This program is a non-profit foundation that handles both students and educator exchange. This international education exchange is an opportunity to broaden their understanding to another culture, customs, and languages. Global Teacher Millennium Awards. This program is only limited to participating countries. This program commits to improve the quality of education in South Africa, Ghana, Uganda, and the United Kingdom. The Global Teacher Millennium Awards promotes partnership with the North and South Africa countries.
My name is Edgar Zisikuya Jr. and my topic is Bringing the World into the Classroom, Innovative Teaching Through Educational Technology. Educationists began exploring the use of technology that supports model of teaching that emphasize learning with understanding and more active involvement. This exploration made a discussion to use a technology to go beyond facts-based, memorization-oriented curricula to curricula, in which learning with understanding is emphasized was embraced. Okay, so this technology nowadays are most used tool of teaching and in connecting to his and her student. Technology can provide teaching and in the resolution of meaningful problems that can help the learners visualize process and relationship that are invisible to or difficult to understand. Roles of technology in achieving the goals of learning for understanding. Technology provides support to the solution of the meaningful problems This statement is true because finding answer to complex problem brought to the classroom is one important function of technology. Some problems brought to the classroom can be simulated and created with graphic video animation by the use of technology. Next is B. Technology acts as cognitive support. Yes, technology gives support to the learner by using multimedia database on the WW or World Wide Web, provide important information source for students who are doing research. Next, technology promotes collaboration as well as independent learning. Okay, so technology, uh, it it has interconnectedness in networking through technology supports collaboration. Right? Technology provides avenue for discussions and communication among learners. For example, we have a Google Meet. It has a two-way video and audio system that allows students and teacher at remote site to see and hear each other. Technology programs for teaching. We have standalone programs available internet and information database. For standalone program, we have a example of softwares or this video disc or CD-ROMs. In program available internet, well, it is selected by the facilitator or a teacher, and a example for this is electronic field trips. This communication technology allows learners to travel and visit places for global exploration. Virtual electronic field trip through an inactive broadcast for expedition sites. For information database, we have printed base materials available in electronic forms. One example is this is National Geographic Magazine, CD-ROMs, Encarta, and Broiler. Opportunities for students as a prospective teacher to produce products. Number one, select of their own topics to provide sense of ownership. Number two, conduct research plan and develop and presentation of the product. Three, selection of simple multimedia presentation that gives only limited numbers of options. Four is opportunities for teaching grammar, writing, spelling, and within the context which is meaningful to the students. So these are the opportunities for students as prospective teacher to produce product. Modify technology education requirements for prospective teacher, technology standards, and performance indicators for teacher. Okay, number one, technology operates and concept. Okay, for number one, they should demonstrate introductory knowledge, skills, and understanding of concepts related to technology. Also, they must demonstrate continuous growth in technology knowledge and skills to keep abreast of current and emerging technologies. Okay, for number two, planning and designing learning environment and experience supported by technology. Again, they should apply current research on teaching and learning with technology when planning and learning environment and experiences. And also, they must identify and locate technology resource and evaluate them for accuracy and stability. For number three, teaching, learning, and the curriculum. Teachers implement curriculum plans that include methods and strategies for applying technology to maximize students' learning. In here, a teacher should use technology also to support learner-centered strategies that address the diverse needs of students. And lastly, a teacher must apply technology to develop students' higher order skills and creativity. For number four, we have assessment and evaluation. Teachers apply technology to facilitate a variety of effective assessment and evaluation strategies. In here, a teacher must also use a technology resource to collect and analyze data, interpret results, and communicate findings to improve instructional practice and maximize a student's learning. And for number five, productivity and professional practice. Use technology to enhance their productivity and professional practice. In here, a educator must also use technology resources to engage in ongoing professional development and lifelong learning. They must continually evaluate and reflect on professional practice to make informed decisions regarding to the use of technology in support of learning students. And lastly, for number 5, a social, ethical, legal, and human issues. Teacher understand and social, ethical, legal, and human issues surrounding the use of technology in social and apply those principles in practice. In here, applying technology resources to enable and empower learners with diverse background and characteristics and abilities. In here, lastly, we must identify and use technology resources that affirm diversity because students have a uniqueness to their characteristic and abilities.